The Malaysian government is very concerned with infringements of copyrights or piracy and counterfeit in Malaysia. We don't want to be a nation of pirates. We recognize the importance of respecting and protecting IP as it has become one of the most important assets to the advancement of most nations, as proven by the dominance of goods and services related to IP in the global trade. However, awareness on IP among the Malaysian public is still lacking, resulting in the abuse of IP. To overcome this, several practical measures are being taken. Amongst them are the setting up of the Anti-Piracy Task Force in 1999, chaired by the Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Malaysia. This task force was made up of both government agencies and private sectors involved in IP business. The laws of various government agencies have been pooled together for effective enforcement. They are the Copyright Act 1997, Film Censorship Act 2002, Printing Press and Publications Act 1984, Film Development Act 1984, Price Control Order 1980, Customs Act 1967, Trade Descriptions Act 1972, and Local Authorities Bylaws. A special task force to combat counterfeit products made up of the Royal Police, Royal Customs Department, the Ministry of Health, pharmaceutical industries and other related associations and guilds have also participated actively in discussing and in coordinating joint raids and enforcement activities. Some of the ongoing strategies to combat piracy and counterfeiting are licensing of optical discs factories under the Optical Discs Act 2000 to control the production of optical discs, banning of sale of optical discs in open spaces since August 2001, setting up of the Forensic Center with the Chemistry Department to detect source of production through forensic analysis and reports. Effective January 2003, there has been compulsory affixing of original labels on optical disc products to facilitate identification of original products. Increasing surveillance activities to detect sources of illegal production of optical discs and counterfeit products and to stop distribution. Setting up a special team for anti-piracy, aided by a strong prosecution team dedicated to copyright cases, setting up a reward scheme for informers to obtain information from all sources. The Copyright Act 1997 was also amended to adhere to the provisions of the Internet Treaties that helped to address many online copyright infringements. Again, it was amended to empower the enforcement officers to arrest offenders without warrant. With this new power, the blatant sales of pirated products in the open market have reduced tremendously. The Malaysian government also established a special export unit in 2005 to monitor the outgoing parcels and cargo at exit points. This move, aided by the placement of 2 high-tech scanner machines by Mas Cargo at Kuala Lumpur International Airport and Penang Airport, Malaysia. To prevent counterfeiting, the Malaysian government, with the cooperation of various enforcement agencies such as the Royal Customs Department and Malaysian Port Authority, have increased border measure to prevent counterfeit goods from coming into Malaysia or from entering other countries using Malaysia as transit point. The Optical Disc Act 2000 was enacted to curb piracy at source, i.e. manufacturing level, whilst the amendment of the Copyright Act in 2003 enables the enforcement officers to arrest without warrant and to increase penalty for offences. Public awareness programs were undertaken through road shows, seminars and exhibitions. Other measures include integrated and continuous enforcement activities conducted together with other government departments and agencies. We would like to give our assurance that Malaysia is seriously committed to eradicating counterfeiting and piracy activities. More enforcement measures have been stepped up. Premises have been raided, software and equipment confiscated, offenders prosecuted. In this slide presentation, we would like to share with you our success story, as well as the hurdles and the risk faced by our enforcement officers in carrying out their duties to curb piracy and counterfeiting goods. While the government provides the laws and infrastructure, we must not forget that the rights holders should not be too dependent on the government. They should take up civil actions on their own to protect their IP rights. Strong legislations, concerted efforts by both government and the rightful holders, as well as effective enforcement strategies will lead Malaysia to eradicate piracy and counterfeiting in the near future.